In episode 89 of Book of Dawn, Ioth Academy, our heroes began the attack on Diffraxis from two sides. Garnet, with Elnow, used a gate spell to enter Designer 6's laboratory, where they discovered horrifying experiments. Not merely content to merge machine with flesh, it seems Designer 6 has been combining them with the rotten spells of the undead, creating unspeakable horrors and trying to unleash them upon Garnet, Elnow, and Untermaler. It's not a problem that a 25-foot diameter sphere of annihilation can't fix. Nonetheless, the enemies within that dungeon are particularly deadly, and it seems that they speak with a voice shifting from one creature to another, somebody or something who wants them all out. Meanwhile, in Designer 8's mysterious weapons array, Mason, Athalor, Tana Ralnor, Chad Chadius, and Sig all entered the side building along with a contingent of Wardens and Phoenix Knights. Upon entering the center control chamber, they were ambushed by two iron spheres, equipped with lots and lots of weapons and nasty disguises. While the fighters held those monsters off, Athalor and Sig went downstairs and discovered that the system that aims the gigantic weapon is full of leaks, and if they're going to point it at the enemy's war machines to stop them from attacking Ioth Academy, they're going to need to fire up the boiler again and make sure that steam flows throughout the entire system, fixing all of the leaks. Mason is hard at work inscribing rune circles into the metal of this structure, preparing to give his whole team the mental clarity they need to work the incredibly complex mathematical equations required to wield this weapon against their enemies. Welcome everybody to Detention, Tormented by Gnomes here, joined on the Ioth Academy after show by Crowan, Leg Day, and Lemon Kiwi. How y'all doing? We're alive for the time being.
Yay.
For the moment.
See how long that lasts.
Yeah. Nah, it's funny the way that all of this is set up, because so far Mason and Athalor are mostly surrounded by puzzles and exploration and such, whereas Garnet is just in the middle of an absolute meat grinder of high-level monsters.
Yeah, it's hurt a lot.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that.
Yeah, I mean, you're at the heart of the enemy's power, and you have a weapon. The things that you have mulched so far with this sphere of annihilation are so freaking scary. They are so scary. Not just in terms of like, oh, it's a, blade monster made out of pieces of other people. That's creepy. But their stats are just absolutely no business dealing with them without a weapon of mass destruction. But it's convenient to have in your pocket. How does everybody feel after what seems like months of roleplay, negotiations, and those sorts of scenes about getting back into some dice rolling, damage dealing action? Where do we stand on that?
I mean, it's good. It's just been a little bit, so it's like, oh, what do I do here? But also, there's like the split objective, especially of like where Athalor and Mason are at, of like, oh, we could just let the Wardens and stuff deal with it, because that's kind of like what they're there for. But I mean, we contributed a little bit and perhaps have to do more later. But it is good though, as much as we all love RPing here.
Well,
a little bit of combat time.
Mm-hmm. Legs, you're saying?
Run away from fight. Explore. Have fun, guys. I'm gonna go solve some puzzles. Bye.
It's literally why we brought you. The tanks need to do their job and do some tanking. It's one of the constant challenges of the campaign is that you're surrounded by all these high-level people who should be dealing with all these high-level problems, but that's boring and you're the main characters. They're not. So it's always tricky for encounter design. Lemon, how are you feeling about being back in action?
Oh yeah, it's been cool. We've been banking like some cool nukes for a while, but I just, it is sort of in character to want to rush in and think you're like invincible. And I was definitely like, I don't want the teacher, because every time we've been in combat, it's been like the teacher's like hard carrying us. So I'm just like, I want to run in and I want to do something. And I had all these plans of like shatter because they're inorganic, and like this shove for this and this shove for that, and this is plan B, C, D, and then they hurt a lot. And my little baby 3D8 does not do anything to them. And there's like way more people in here. And I definitely wish like I was even more strategic and more careful, because that could have definitely killed me.
You could have taken a point of void corruption and you would have been fine.
Yeah, we're trying to avoid that.
That's how it
But
starts.
yeah,
That's always how it
that's always
starts.
that's always like the last life. But I think that'll be like a good character learning. Like
Mhm.
Garnet actually is like feeling invincible right now and is running in, and now almost got ate up by the fucking void sphere. So now she's definitely like, okay, I need to think this through.
Weird you should mention that, because you know what happened to the last player character who got away with a lot and thought that they were invulnerable? They got eaten by a
That's
void
crazy.
sphere. It's crazy,
Ew.
right? That's so
Who
weird.
would have thunk?
Crazy.
Who? What do you mean? I'm missing.
Welcome.
That'd be
Oh.
Alex.
Oh yeah, that's also true.
That was some of what was going on with him. Is he was, Crowin was role playing the ridiculous, like what would happen to a teenager who's getting away with killing gods and like all these things that are ridiculously powerful. You would just start thinking that nobody can touch you. You're untouchable.
Yeah.
So that semi has now happened. So.
Yeah. It's like you
And
got
Elnow's like nowhere. I'm like low key pissed at Elnow. She's like not in this fight, and she's channeling a door that no one's coming
Well,
through.
not
but-
anymore. She ran up there, but he was kind of expecting the wardens to go in first. She didn't see you when you ran up into everybody's face. You know what? Garnet can have whatever emotions she wants about it. That's fine.
Leroy,
That's fair.
yeah, she just sees me run around the corner. Leroy Jenkins.
Damn it, Leroy.
Comes back with like fucked up armor.
I've made some
too
poor
hard, Mom.
decisions.
I need a band-aid.
Please ignore the Intermyaller fight that's going on in the background. She
Just
sends her
double
regards.
fisting empty healing potions. I made a boo boo.
Just like one after another, the wardens walk by. Just they got it in the Gatorade bottles, just squirting it directly into your mouth.
They like pour the keg on it.
The celebratory healing potion keg at the end of the game. Oh man.
Exactly.
I've got some questions from chat from our detention thread on the Discord, which, by the way, any of you, if you're in our Discord, if you go to the Ioth Academy channel, you can ask questions that we will hit our chat with during detention after the episodes. But I want to give another space and just see if there's any questions that y'all had about what the hell was going on in scene X or with character Y, any of that stuff.
I thought they would be experimenting on putting machines and metal into people, not people into people. So this was kind of a surprising thing to learn.
That is, so each designer sort of has their own area of expertise that they're focusing on in order to better understand the design. And while most of the time it's putting metal into people, that's kind of the common thing to do. They do branch out from that. Designer 8, for example, was really involved in this magical energy weapon stuff. More so, he modified himself quite a bit. He was a warlock of Anachronist with a lot of machine components, but mostly he modified himself to optimize himself so that he could focus on that energy research. Designer 6 is heavily into biomodification and necromancy, which informs the particular nature both of the creatures that you'll meet down there and the designer themselves.
Oh.
Yeah. Who you've already met twice.
Yeah, I remember this. Totally.
Huh.
Welcome.
What now?
Anything else before we go to some questions from the community?
Oh, yeah. I guess I don't know if they're like answerable questions, but I just like wonder in situations like this. Oh, what would have happened if like X? And a couple of them are like, oh, what would have happened if the void sphere came through and it just like could not compute and it just like fucking blew up? Like, how would that have changed the approach on the Garnet end?
Well, there are three possibilities when a void sphere enters an extra dimensional space or goes through a gate or portal or anything like that. There's a 50% chance that it's destroyed. There's like maybe a 35% chance that it passes through successfully, and the remaining 15% chance is that it opens a dimensional vortex and everything within 180 feet is dragged into another plane of existence. So the odds were against, but the void mask and like I kind of mentioned, I put these words in Elnow's mouth earlier. So if the sphere was destroyed, then, there'd be no sphere. And so it might have been I think what probably would have happened is Garnet Elnau and Ultramaler would have assessed the situation, been like, what can we see through this gate right now? Is there anything we can like deal? Can we do any damage, or do we need to cut our losses and shut it before it's a security risk? Maybe Garnet would have come up with something. Maybe they would have held the line while Garnet just dropped void oozes in there. There's a lot of options. If it exploded and dragged everyone into a dimensional vortex, well, that'd be your problem, not mine.
Could have been like everyone that was already on that side got dragged into, so they could just kind of like go in for free and no one would be there.
Yeah,
would have
actually,
all gotten dragged into.
no. What probably would have happened is everyone within 180 feet on both sides of the portal would have been dragged together, and they would have all ended up somewhere else. So, yeah, that would have been battle royale. Would have been messy. That would have been extremely messy.
It was only going to be in the other side, like in the Diffraxis side, getting. Oh, but that's okay. Interesting.
Yeah, that's how I would have read it. I would have done both sides.
Oh, word. And then I guess the other thing is, I wondered if there's like something that we did that like tripped up the little like alarmo bots in the lens. If there's any like, I don't know, maybe we could have prevented it.
You had like 5 dudes in full plate mail.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that'll do it. But it's any way to like disable it or something. But we couldn't have known.
Yeah,
so it's
I mean, if you had them all stay there and you like snuck out and investigated, perhaps things could have gone differently. There's always something you could have done differently.
Yeah, for sure.
The Phoenix Knights are an effective guardian force and an effective fighting force. They are not an effective stealth operative force. You want that? Go to the Bathotlo tribe. That's who you need to talk to.
Sure, that's fine. They're doing their job.
Mm-hmm. Anything else before we go on?
No, ask away.
Okay. All right. So here's one we didn't get to last time. Somebody orders a burger mantra style. What are they getting? Someone orders a burger Athalor style or Garnet style. What are they getting? Crowan.
Oh, I have no idea. What the fuck? How do you think about that one?
It's got like those like mental like brain focused vitamins. It's just like
ginseng.
meat,
it's just got ginseng sprinkled all over it.
It's just like meat implanted with vitamins, or I don't know. It's like a lettuce burger because you'd be more healthy.
Mm-hmm. It's ethically sourced,
Mm-hmm.
Style is definitely going to be like sourdough bread and like a white wine sauce over an Arakiran blood patty.
This is solid. True. This is just a solid chunk of rock. What?
Oh, it's good though.
Was that the whole thing? Is like the Arakiran blood was like such like a tantalizing like smell or taste or something like that when you first...
Only to Athalor.
Oh, only to Athalor. Okay.
That's why Athalor burger. Eating pebbles.
No one else gets that vibe. I mean, aside from Uncle, maybe vampires. What is a Garnet burger?
Probably something like really bougie. Like think of like the most expensive burger, but then it's got like probably some spice to it. Either it's a spicy burger, but it's expensive.
A Wagyu beef, brioche bun, gold flakes.
Yeah, jalapeno or
flakes.
Something chili flakes, something to make it spicy with the whole fire thing.
Yeah. I had a thought and then I lost it. Okay. Your character becomes Archmage of the entire academy. What do you change?
Oh.
Open field.
I mean, I guess for Mason, it'd be more of the like, actually help the outside people, like the mission of the Kizjan and Sventisco and stuff would definitely play more into that. But it being Archmage, I don't know. It would definitely try to like balance what the Academy's already trying to do. Like it kind of already approached like the Kizjan with that before. It's like, yeah, they did these things for like these reasons. It's like, why they're not helping the Academy, but yeah, we try to do more of that. Try to keep a good balance.
I feel like Athalor would put a lot of focus into restoration of the sphere. If that required siphoning some dawn magic from somewhere else, so be it. It belongs to the Dawn Elves.
I think Garnet would focus on having better relations with other like clans or whatever near us. So I feel like we could lean into having stronger allies and stuff like that. And would actually show up and do her own speech instead of show up as an illusion. It would be a banger speech.
You're cooking.
All right, I'll expect that on my desk by the end of the year. All right. Okay. If your character knew about Anachronis's true function and the truth behind the design, back when Anachronis and Uncle offered to team up offered you all sorts of nice things in exchange for killing Untermaler and the Sage and Ioth and installing Elno as headmaster. If you knew about this is a while back.
Oh.
That was like Alex era, right?
Yeah, that was Alex era. That was in year 5. I think that was in year 5. I mean, it's all year 5, but it was early in year 5, I think.
So it's always been year 5.
If you knew then what you know now, would you have taken the deal?
But is that with us knowing now, like, the importance of these characters? When the offer was made, we did not like any of those characters very much, and Garnet wasn't even sure that Ioth existed.
That's why the offer was made.
Mm-hmm.
And there was like low-key a time where Garnet and Alex were like, yeah, let's like kill Intermolar.
Right?
Oh yeah. We were so down
you
for
guys
that.
were super into
We were like, all right, fuck it.
Oh,
Let's
kids.
that. What could go wrong?
It's like, probably.
I feel like as a group we probably would have taken it if we knew like Anachronis was like a good guy, because at that time like you didn't really need much to get the Untermortal murder train going, just like a healthy push and like the greater good.
Plus Sage Rage.
Yeah, we did not like the Sage.
I still think like, I mean, even at the deal now, Garnet isn't like so down with this. She's still very anti-machine print. She's very stubborn right now, and I think that she wouldn't take a deal. Like she didn't even take this deal. Well, she did, but she mentally didn't, and I don't think she would have, no matter what. So, nah.
For spite's own sake.
I'll kill Untermortal, but not because you told me to.
Yeah, because I wanted to.
Because I want to.
I do it myself.
Just like standing over the corpse. This is not for you.
All right. Who does your character main in Overwatch or League? Your call. Or both.
Oh, Athalor's a sim main, isn't he?
Oh. I picked Orianna from League of Legends. I actually just played her yesterday. She has a Dark Star skin and everything where she just throws void spheres.
All right. It's on brand.
Oh, Montrose for sure is Zenyatta main in Overwatch.
Yeah. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
And probably like a Bard main in League.
I don't know anything about League. So.
That's why, I wanted to give everyone options.
Yeah, he'll play Symmetra or Leonin. I don't know, the lion in the jungle. Rengar, that's his name. I know that one.
So you do know League. There you go.
I know one League. Well, I know Garen as well.
1 league, please.
2 leagues.
I had Gentleman Cho'Gath like 10 years ago. So that's, about it. Om nom nom nom. If your character could go back to your prologue and give yourself one piece of advice, what would it be?
Oh fuck! Don't make me do it first. It's a lot.
One piece of advice. One.
That's a good question.
That's a fantastic question. Oh, probably remember how important shield is for sorcerers, you fucking numpty. Because like me, I didn't know how to build a wizard.
I just see that as immersive, right? It's just your character growing up and learning
Yeah.
magic, not driven by the forces of meta or things from beyond all
He's
that.
as dumb as I am.
Oh, probably be careful with drugs and the people that will try to get the most out of that drug experience.
Oh
Hi.
my god.
Smile.
McDonald's just given me this option to come back and talk to you, my former self, 10 years ago. And I
Don't
just
do
want to
drugs,
tell
little
you,
one.
take drugs.
If you don't talk
8-year-old.
to your teens about Mordain, who will?
Exactly.
Mordain, not even once. Mine would probably be around like Zaylar, and it's like, oh, he acts and he acts in mysterious ways, and just because he's not doing anything doesn't mean he's not watching, listening, being there. So I think the whole prologue is around Zaylar not being there. So understanding that has taken a long time. So getting that out of the way would have, I don't know if it would have stopped the journey to the void, but yeah.
Would have changed things. Alternate would be, hey, you know that trip you're going on with your dad? Just don't. Just don't.
Just don't, stay home.
Just be sick that day.
All right. Totally left field. What is on your character's nightstand?
Oh.
Mordan.
We just talked about
Don't do
this,
more
Crowan.
game. There's more game.
Whoops. He's not perfect.
It was my choice of a past. I'm not responsible.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Exactly.
It's a sleeping aid. I have a prescription.
Exactly.
Okay, so
That can
probably
be stressful.
glass of water, Ioth's quill, and a bunch of open books.
Mhm.
Oh, so you're hydrated and messy.
Yeah. Hydrated nerd.
That's a username.
You should probably have like the void book, some notes, some school notes, a snack. I don't know, probably Ariana's snacks that she
Let's-
probably raided through her drawer and
Yeah. Like didn't modify the rest of the room, but the snacks, those are all moved over.
I'll be having those.
All right. I think that's just about it. Unless anybody had any closing remarks, I'll just take care of business and then we will look forward to episode 90. Episode 90 of our 8-episode miniseries.
Jesus.
What's on Alex Dark Academy nightstand before he got poofed?
Oh, that's what would be?
A framed picture of Garnet.
No.
Hang in
No,
there,
no,
buddy.
If Garnet ever doesn't want to boost Garnet's ego that much, if you ever find out. What would be?
Hang in there, champ, signed the Herald.
I don't know. Whatever it is, it'd be just some random, just like weird shit. Alex is going through a time trying to get that academy underway. It'd be something just like nonsensical, just like why the fuck is that there? Like I don't know what it'd be, but it'd be that kind of vibe.
Couple of flip knives, a lighter.
Yeah,
I was
it's like nothing
thinking
that makes
of-
sense together.
I was thinking about your skull or your snake dice, because that's how I originally I just remembered that. Remember, that's how I like sussed that you were with Zethia's. You had these random snake dice and you were rolling some like
The aura
divination
is
spell. And I was like,
True.
why the fuck you got snake dice?
I
You'd be, like,
studied all the Infernals. I know what this
Where
shit is
did-
about.
Where did these come from? I don't know. That's crazy.
You're, like trying to high roll your dreams. You'd be like, what am I gonna how well am I gonna sleep today?
91. Well, shit.
Yeah, you would
This
probably
is
have
normal.
that snake fangs around somewhere, probably buried amongst the other shit on the nightstand. Yeah.
Oh,
His
it's a
own
fang.
shed
Oh.
skin.
We've been talking about what's going on there. What's happened to our dear lost friend?
On vacation,
knows?
Jamaica, sipping a cocktail.
Just
In Mali.
pina coladas.
That'd be great.
All right, gang. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. Do tune in next week for Book of Dawn, Ioth Academy, episode 90. We'll do something special for 100. I don't know. We'll think about it. In
What's the
2020.
episode?
Everyone getting at 20s.
oh yeah, there we go. Happy 100th episode. You get a natural 20. So do I. Aside from that, though, right now it is July 26th in now time, if you're not watching or listening to this later. And I'll be streaming on the Casters and Castles channel all week long to support East County Animal Rescue. We're already up to $1,000 of our $5,000 goal. This is the charity, the volunteer organization that my wife works with, that we foster kittens through, that all these animals that torment me and unplug my computer are funded through. So we would really appreciate your support, and we will be doing a special stream on Saturday at 2 p.m. Hunt for the Red Spot, which you can either watch live or, if you're a future person, on our YouTube channel. So go ahead and check that out. Do it for the cats. And barring any closing remarks from the crew, I think we're good. Class dismissed.